All right, welcome everybody. Hello, and welcome to the 2023 USA Yoga Regionals brought to you by the World Yoga Federation and USA Yoga. We're streaming live on YouTube, on the USA Yoga YouTube channel. And Jordan is out there and saying hello to everybody who joins in on the stream as well. And we're streaming here. We're here in Austin, Texas, at our downtown studio of Pure Yoga, Texas. So thank you all for coming here and cheering people on. All right. This is our first regional qualifier for event for this year, this season, the 2023 season. All right. And so today, get ready for a yoga asana extravaganza. All right. All right. We're going to have lots of fun. So I encourage you to cheer on the athletes and the demonstrators. Okay. So for the athletes, I encourage you to cheer for them before and after they're done. Try to stay a little bit more quiet when they are actually going on. But for the demonstrators, when you'll see some really cool stuff, just be loud and kind of crazy. All right. So they'll appreciate that. And our goal today is our hope is that you leave this place feeling inspired to just get back on your yoga mat, right? Either today or tomorrow, right? My name is Jeff Chen from Pure Yoga, Texas, formerly with the USA Yoga organization. I'm so happy to be here to help them out and to help host and sponsor this event. And over here, I've got with you our co-host, Caitlin Benson. She's from Can't Even Comedy.
Yeah.
And welcome, Caitlin.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Now, Caitlin, I think, has a great tracksuit. She was so eager for this event.
Yes.
She picked out her wardrobe tell us.
Yeah. I asked Jeff, he was like, do you want to host this? I was like, what do I wear? And here we are.
Yep.
And this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. You look great, Caitlin.
Thank you.
All right, so today's event is really extra special. So it's sort of a reunion of sorts. We've got all these past champions from the USA Yoga, past decades of championships, and a whole bunch of them have come back here, sort of reunited, and they're going to be doing some really far out demonstrations. Okay, so that's going to be so fun. Be prepared and stay tuned so you don't miss anything on the live stream. Okay, stay on the live stream. Now, Caitlin, this is your first yoga competition.
100%.
That you are observing. Right?
Yeah, it is. So I've been invited here to ask all the important questions that other novices may have. So
okay,
I think, yes.
And I will do my best to answer them. And
I think you're going to nail it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And so let's see, little quick history of yoga competition, probably I'd say 80-ish years or so. There's yoga demonstrations have been around for a bit, especially back in the old Krishnamacharya, Iyengar, Patabi Joyce days in Mysore, as well as Vishnu Charan Ghosh and a whole bunch of those yogis back in Calcutta. And yoga demonstration or asana demonstration was another level of taking your practice. Okay, so Iyengar would say that there's 3 levels. There's your involvement with yoga asana as a student, as a teacher, and as an artist. And so there is nothing wrong with yoga presented as a demonstration of art. Okay. And so what you're going to see today is a lot of artistic demonstration. Okay.
And I will be studenting.
You will be studenting.
I will be studenting, yes.
But I know that you've told me behind the scenes that something has changed in your practice, right?
Okay, yeah. So Jeff asked me to do this. So I went on to USA Yoga's YouTube and I watched a bunch of videos from prior competitions. And I was like, oh, I've been faking yoga for 2.5 years. So this week, as of Tuesday, I started committing to the practice as a demonstration and not just a practice. And now I'm winning yoga. I am yoga. I am yoga.
Yoga champs are born every minute.
Yes.
Right? There you go.
It'll be me next year. No, we're good. No.
Caitlin is a very competitive athlete. She was a boxing trainer,
Yeah,
amongst other things, right?
cycling instructor,
Mm-hmm.
boxing coach.
Yes, boxing coach. Perfect. So the mission of USA Yoga, if I get this wrong, one of you judges can always correct me, but it is to inspire others to take up a yoga practice, and especially our youth of today. So our younger folks, if they like what they see, it might inspire them to get on the yoga mat, right? And spreading yoga throughout the world is great for your health, and it's great for your body, your mind, everything, okay? And let's see. So what, for those of you who are new to this, I know that many of you are like, what is that yoga competition? You'll see for our athletes today, they'll do a 3-minute routine with 6 different postures with showing different attributes of the body, the spine, different ranges of motion. So we'll explain more as we go on, as the day progresses or the hours progress. But they're going to demonstrate to you strength, balance, and flexibility, all these key elements in a demonstration, which our panel of judges will actually be judging.
Right. I asked some important questions about this earlier, like how is it scored? Is it a point system? When did inversions become a part of it? Because in the 2011 videos, there were no inversions, and Jeff kindly answered those questions for me.
Yes. So Caitlin is very curious. She does her homework, and so that's fantastic.
I do. Yeah.
The 6 postures will demonstrate various, aspects. We'll talk about it. Each posture might have a different degree of difficulty, right? And there's a whole list of postures with their different degrees of difficulty. And it is up to the practitioner, the demonstrator, to hold that posture in stillness for about 5 seconds at their maximum expression. And from that, the judges will award some points. So it's kind of like a
gymnastics. It's like gymnastics.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like gymnastics.
Yeah.
Degree of difficulty, add it up, and there's a score.
And stick the landing.
Stick the landing.
Yeah.
So one thing I like to think of is when people ask, what yoga competition? That sounds kind of strange, right?
Yeah.
Did you think it was a little weird?
At this point, I don't think it. I've been doing this practice for 2.5 years, so nothing's weird anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, cool.
I think checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in a yoga room and in the yoga practice, you show up every day, you do that posture every day, you're like, wow, I can stick it. But it's different when you are actually on this stage in front of all these people, right? We don't necessarily practice for this moment, right? We kind of go into a yoga room and practice for ourselves. Gymnasts will train for the game. They'll train for that moment. So the difference of when your daily practice versus getting up on a stage can be miles apart. So it's something that you should all try. It's worth trying and experimenting with. Okay. So let's see. Let's introduce our judges then from left to right. We have Jean agrees, Chair of Judges Committee and a board member of USA Yoga. Thank you, Jean. We've got Libby Walunas. She is the secretary of the Judges Committee. Thank you, Libby. We have Cynthia Ware, who is our head judge for today. And Cynthia was the international champ. Which year was that, Cynthia? 2007, she was the champ when she was maybe 7 years old, right? Okay, something like that. And she's our head judge for today. And she's also a board member of USA Yoga. Gloria Suen, she is our technical head judge and our posture timing judge for today. Thank you, Gloria. And Gloria, too, is a former international champion. What year was that, Gloria? 2-time international champion. 2012 and 2014. So what happened in 2013?
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, rules changed. I see. Next is we have Brooke Spencer. She is our tabulator for today. It's a very important role. She makes sure that all the scores are correct. Thank you, Brooke.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce in the back over there, Suzanne Elliott. Suzanne Elliott, she's wonderful. She is a VP of USA Yoga.
Okay.
She's been involved in USA Yoga from the very, very beginning and brings a lot of her expertise to in all areas. Thank you. We have Glenn Brown. Glenn Brown is the chair of our championship events committee. Thank you, Glenn. Jennifer Vandehart is somewhere there. She's gonna actually perform today, and she is a board member. Thank you, Jennifer. And a special thank you to Clint Gagliardi. He's a data analytic person, a man behind the scenes of what is being presented today. So thank you for all of you dignitaries. So Caitlin.
Okay, yeah, it's my turn. So before we get started, we also want to thank our sponsors because without them, none of this is possible. Well, no, most of it's, I won't even. We're going to thank our sponsors. So first off, the World Yoga Federation, make some noise. Yeah, there we go. Second, Pure Yoga Texas, guys. Yeah. That was like the equivalent of a standing ovation. So yeah. Okay. Next we have Pure Yoga Institute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Superior Electrolytes. Yeah.
Thank you, Seth.
We got 3 more, so let's keep it lit. Yoga Bella, which is yes.
Yes, Monica.
She's outside. I'm pretty sure it's 10% off anything. It has more. Yeah. Yeah. Manduka, I believe we have some products over here. And Kool-Aid, also we have some products over here. And then one more giant one for all of them again. Yes. Yes.
All righty. Yes, so we have a little 2-minute timeout, and we will get started with our first set.
Yes.
Okay?
Sounds great.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, you fucking making some jokes, Jeff? Oh.
And my husband, Jeff, did not introduce me. I am his wife. I got all dressed up like this for him. So he chose well. He chose well. Let's just say that. All right. All right. So I am actually going to be, my name is Marty Chen. I'm going to be your field correspondent. This has been actually a dream of mine since 2003. When the first yoga championship happened, I thought, could we just have some like fun, ask some like silly questions, why yoga? So I'm going to be popping around in some weird outfits, and these skates might not last very long. But asking why yoga, tell us something that we don't know about you. What's your favorite color? What's your guilty pleasure? All these kinds of things. So we love you guys so much. Thank you for coming. And yeah, let's kick it up. We're all about fun. We're all about fun. Let's have some fun. All right.
All right. Marty Chen, everybody. Marty Chen.
Our first athlete is Lane Edwards. Begin, please. Time.
All right, so we got a little time here. Come on out. All right. Woo-wee. Turn that on. Yeah. So Caitlin, that was the first time you saw one live, right?
Yes,
How was
first live.
that?
Inspiring.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try harder
Uh-huh.
to be better.
Oh, you're saying all the right things. It's
Okay.
it's pretty tough when you're on the stage, right? Just to clarify something there. So the timekeepers called time at the end. That was the end of the 3 minutes. But she had so if she had been in the posture at her peak execution for that period of time, she can get a score for that.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll
Good to
see how
know.
they judge that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We've got our next one ready. Judges ready? Okay.
Perfect.
Our next athlete is Courtney Schleisinger. Begin, please. Time.
Are you amazed? I'm amazed. So I'm here in the audience. Again, Marty Chen, your field correspondent. And I have here Todd Bailey with his two lovely daughters. Todd, you've been coming to the studio practicing for quite a while. And I'm just going to ask, why yoga?
To keep my head straight, to keep my head cleared out and my mental capacity at, on a scale of 1 to 10 around a 2.
Oh, okay. So he starts out at a -3 and takes class and then he's at a 2. So yoga is good for mental health. Yes. And I hear, ladies, you're going to be doing a demonstration with your mother today, Afton Caraway. Is that right? Can you give us a little sneak peek? Maybe tell us a couple of postures you're going to be doing today, Isabel? Speak into this black puffy thing. Yeah.
Flamingo and tree.
Flamingo and tree, people. All right. It's happening. It's happening. All right, Addie, you're here with your mom, Afton. Yes. Oh, a little shy. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. Don't worry, you're going to be on stage in a few minutes. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. Excellent. So we also have Ken. Oh, rats. Okay, you're cutting me off. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
I gotta pull this microphone away from her. Okay.
Our next athlete is Alexandra Tavera. Our next athlete is Emily Weeks. Begin, please.
Wow. Let's go out there. All right, that was fantastic. Thank you, Esther. So that, if you're wondering what those 6 postures are that they have to do, there's a forward compression, there's a backward bend, there is a spinal traction or lengthening of the spine, there is a twist of the spine, there's a lift where you're on your hands, and an inversion. So those are the 6 different yoga categories, posture categories that you have to cover.
So my question is, once I get through a week of not falling asleep in my regular class, do I have to take the advanced series to compete?
highly recommend that
Okay.
you do that. Yes.
Just gonna start doing cartwheels, Jeff. That's
Doing cartwheels. Yeah, and then push-ups, handstands.
yeah. All the
all that
stuff.
fun stuff that we kind of don't do in a beginning class, right?
Right.
Beginning class is kind of like a maintenance program.
How many advanced postures are there?
It's a kind of a mystery. There's always people will say 84 asanas, but it's not really 84. It could be 100 something. It just depends on how many variations you want to do.
So I can compete in 5 years is what you're saying.
You could compete right now.
No, we're good.
All right.
Everyone's good.
So that was fantastic. We got that was our women's division. So we had those three.
Yes.
I do want to make one more comment about being here live on the stage, because there are, in the USA Yoga format of the regionals, there are 4 different regional live events that you can attend. The next one is in San Jose on March 4th. Okay. In San Jose, Cynthia Ware will be there. And there's also video qualifiers. So people can actually do them and submit a video. And there's a big difference doing it on a video versus doing it live with one take in front of a lot of people. So there's a lot of guts to our ladies who have demonstrated. Well, beautiful. All right, so now we are going to have a series of demonstrations from some former champions.
Oh, that's exciting.
So you're going to be ready
I'm
to
excited.
be mind blown. All right. And so let's get started with, which year were you, Jonna? Which year did you win the whole thing? All right. 2015 and 2016 men's national champ and 2016 international champion, Mr. John Scoggins. Come on. Feel free to cheer loudly. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. hurry up. John, stay up. Back up.
We're going up.
It's fine. You're good. You start.
Amazing, John.
I feel like I'm in the middle of
Just,
something.
I mean, from the cock to the handstand.
Oh, I thought you meant something completely different.
no.
I don't know the names of the advanced postures yet. so-
called cock.
Okay,
It's
great.
called cock.
It was beautiful.
Kukutasana,
Yeah.
Kukutasana, yes. And then back into the, I mean, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. And as a representative here of Girl Scouts of America, one of the taglines is be prepared. Be prepared. How do you prepare for championships?
Well, it's been a while. So, I think for the competitors, it's all about, running that routine kind of over and over and over again, but also doing the opposite side of the body. So you don't sort of like walk in circles, got to, balance it out.
Yes.
And, also really trying to find that focus to stay centered. I think ends up being the more challenging part of the whole thing, is to get on that stage and just act like there's nobody here, and that you're just doing your practice and finding that serenity.
Yeah, some might say it's the deepest 3-minute meditation you've ever had. I was watching your eyes when I wasn't watching your shorts. I mean, really, you're killing it. You're killing it with the flame. I'll call them flame red shorts.
Right.
I was watching your eyes. Nothing could even break your concentration. Yes, that is one of the mental aspects of yoga, concentration, as well as determination, self-control, patience, and faith in
That's right.
yourself. Yes,
Right.
yes. And just for the audience, for people at home, if you could just, we want to get to know you better.
Sure.
Right. So tell us maybe one thing we don't know about you.
Well, I don't do yoga professionally. My day job is a research scientist. I run a research lab at a medical school, and we study viruses like COVID and other things like influenza. And we basically try to understand how the immune response sort of controls and combats these viruses.
Body and looks, people. I mean, he's got the looks in the brain. Yes, it's all about the yoga. Thank you, John.
Thanks, Marty.
It's a pleasure.
So right now, what we
I'll
have
back
to
out.
do is post the scores, right? So the scores are posted up there on that screen of the women's division, the 3 athletes. Brooke, do you need to say anything?
Athletes, you have 15 minutes to appeal if you wish to do so. So take a look, and clock is starting.
Wow. So they got 15 minutes to figure out whether they agree with that decision or not.
What happens if they disagree?
Then there is
What is that process?
There's some appeals process that I'm not 100% familiar with.
Okay,
But
okay.
we can save that for, their coaches would be aware of that. And then, so
Okay.
there's a whole system
Okay.
of coaching
Okay.
and all that.
Okay.
Okay. And there's a whole book. If you go to usayoga.org, you will find all of the rules, all of the postures, everything, all the technical requirements.
Okay.
And so there's all that stuff behind the scenes.
Okay.
Alrighty. So here we go. Marty, you want to come up here and then introduce our next demonstrator?
Our next demonstrator, currently living in Dallas, come take his class at 3:30 p.m. on Sundays, Jared McCann. I got you. I got you.
Alright.
Yes, and look at that. You're not even out of breath. What?
I am. No, I am totally
no.
out of breath.
Once a champion, always a champion. That's what I say.
Thanks, Marty.
So
Holding on.
you're fantastic. If this is your holding on, then I don't know what this is. Honestly, honestly.
did pretty good yourself.
Well, so tell us what year. I mean, I should just say what years were you not champion, but what years did you?
No, I was the international champion in 2013, in between Gloria. And Gloria, me, Gloria.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Hawaii. Yep.
Go Hawaii and go nice cabs.
We went to the same
Yes.
high school in Hawaii.
And you both ran front. What?
And now we're both living in Dallas.
What?
Yeah.
Both in Dallas, the big D.
And we were both in
Can
New
it-
York at the same time. Gloria and I have had weird,
Are you related? Is it
maybe.
maybe you're dating? I don't know. I don't know.
We are dating
You
other
were dating
people.
Other people. Okay. 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 Excellent. Excellent. I love it. I love it. So I just have to know, you just jump right up there, do this routine. You have to have some kind of guilty pleasure.
I have many
Oh, okay.
guilty
Well,
pleasures.
which ones can you share with us? G-rated, there are children
Yeah.
in the
yeah,
room.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
What? My matcha. My matcha is one. I love my matcha. Really my guilty pleasure is food. I am an eater. Give me this.
Celery? Lots of celery?
No,
Sprouts?
no.
No. Okay. Well.
Yes.
Barbecue.
Barbecue, pizza. This week I've been a little depressed, so I had meat lovers pizza 3 times.
You got to feed the pain.
I had to feed the pain. I had
Good.
to fill the
Fill
hole.
the void.
Yeah, fill the
Okay,
hole. Yeah,
good, good,
fill the
good. We
void.
like that. We
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so food is definitely a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
That's shopping,
Oh,
guilty pleasure.
I did notice that sweatshirt when you walked in. I gotta
You
say,
did?
a
Okay.
little bit of off-white.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, okay.
yeah. Well, I was locked up during COVID, living in North Carolina, and I taught 5 teacher trainings online that first year of COVID. So I had all this I should have saved my money, right? But I had all this money coming in and I had nowhere to go, stuck in this house in the woods in North Carolina. So my partner,
Oh.
Rebecca, and I just went online shopping crazy.
No shame. Yeah, hey, no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone,
Thanks.
right? Right?
sir.
Judgment-free. I love it. I love it. You're a one-man stimulus package.
I've never heard it put that way, but
Thank you, Jared. You're amazing.
thanks, Marty.
We're gonna come take your class Sunday, 3:30 in Dallas.
Sunday 3:30.
Let's do it.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
And tomorrow,
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Tomorrow-
tomorrow 8 a.m. I'm teaching tomorrow 8 a.m. Come.
The women's athletes, there's 5 minutes left on the clock to appeal.
All right, guys. So during this little intermission, I have Monica here from Yoga Bella. So are you CEO? What is your role at Yoga Bella?
I am in a representative here in Texas.
Okay.
I wear Yoga Bella every time in the hot room.
Okay. Cool.
I love it.
And Yoga Bella is made in the US. Is that correct?
That's correct. You did your homework. Good job.
I don't like to go in blind. That was the only real question I had prepared for this. And you have everything set up outside for people to check out when they are done watching yogis?
Yes, that's right. So we have a Yoga Bella rack, a Yoga Bella table for all of you here present. You have 10 and 20% off. If you were on the stage today, you will have a 25% off. And please check it out.
And what do you have outside?
I have leggings, I have shorts, I have bras, I have tank tops, I have dresses, thank you. One shoulder strap, bras, straps.
Okay. How long has Yoga Bella existed?
20 years this year. Yeah, that's super cool.
Does anyone in the audience have questions for Monica about Yoga Bella? Men's shorts.
We have men's shorts. Yeah, variety of men's shorts.
Does anyone have a non-yes or no question for Monica about Yoga Bella? Oh, on the stage? Monica, that was Jeff, not me. And she was totally able to do that because of Yoga Bella yoga wear. Thank you, Monica, so much. And yeah, check her out outside.
All right, the appeal session is over.
All right, so next we have, we had the women's division, right? And that was age, what, 18 to 49. That's a big wide range.
They were all
right?
18.
Yeah, 18, yeah. And I know there's some youth divisions, a couple of different categories there. And there's also a senior division, right? Well, oh, what do you call it? 50 plus. We don't call it seniors anymore. I like that.
Advanced Yogis division.
There you go.
There we
All
go.
right, so in that 50 plus division, we have a couple of men and a couple of women
Okay.
participating. Okay,
This is
so
exciting.
let's get going.
Our first athlete is Ramesh Anji. Begin, please.
Way to go, Ramesh.
Yeah. There you go.
Way to represent the 50 plus category. What do you say?
Well, the whole reason I got into yoga was because my husband did it and he's 43 and looks 22. So from a vain standpoint, when I see advanced yogis doing the practice, it's inspiring because you're like, oh, I don't have to be older and feeble. I can put my leg behind my head at 55
Pretty impressive.
if I start today. So
Start today.
this is the category I came for.
Perfect. Awesome. All right.
Our next athlete is Wayne Campbell. Begin, please.
Come on this way, Wayne. Through 50 plus men, right? In that category. Oh, wow. So both finished in 2 minutes and 42 seconds.
Is that impressive? I don't know what that means. Is it? Okay, okay. Is it a race?
Both it's not a race. Actually,
Okay.
we don't want to do it as too quickly. We want to demonstrate, stillness in the posture, holding it. And so if you can hold it at least 5 seconds, it's going to take some time once you go from one posture to the next. So doing it too fast sometimes is a little, judge as strongly.
Okay.
Fill it up and do it in 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
What if you hit 3? Like exactly. Okay, cool.
So let's see. So what happens is after each division goes, the tabulator will go ahead and put up the scores, and they have 15 minutes to look at that, say beam it up so that the athlete can look and see whether they have any disagreements or appeals. Oh, okay. The question is, are the women ready?
Yes.
They are ready.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Okay, so we will go to the women 50 plus right now.
Yes.
Our first athlete is Ayana Brown.
She's just putting on some yoga, Bella. That's all. That's all.
Oh, wait, so Kenan, actually ask the question in here.
I'm curious. Sorry, I'm curious. The mix of like 50 and over or whatever age bracket. How much is Americans? How much are foreign? And from what countries they're from? What's like the mix? I'm curious.
Interesting. Very good question. We'll talk about international, and we have conveniently Suzanne Elliott right next to me.
Hey guys, we just got back from India from the World Yoga Championships. It was awesome. Ramesh was one of the other competitors that was there from last year. Awesome. And so it was really great to be there. And India is so behind this. Their government attended the event. We had a parade that was an hour long before we actually had to compete. And it was a great event. We had, I think, 168 athletes were there total. We had 28 different countries there competing. And out of the 16 medals that India won, 13 of those were from the kids division. So show you how powerful they are starting at the youth, and Jeff mentioning that we're trying to plant seeds here, get them involved at a young age. So that was wonderful. The next country was USA with 8 medals. Okay. And then it kind of went filtered on down through there.
Thank you, Suzanne. All right, let's get back to the show. All right.
Our first athlete is Ayana Brown. Start, please.
Wow, Ayana. Pretty amazing, huh?
Ayana is literally who I want to be when I grow up. 1000%.
So Ayano is somebody who has been competing for probably every year since the very beginning of the USA Yoga. And so she's an OG, a veteran.
There's no stopping her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Unbeatable.
Our next athlete is Jennifer Vanderhart. Begin, please.
Jennifer, over this way. Come on this way. Come on over this way, Jennifer. Way to go. All right. Great job. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. So that was the women 50 plus division, and Jennifer just got off of a plane
From,
from DC-ish, something like that. And so
she's out of here.
she's out of here, right? She's done. She's on to her next gig, I guess. So she got off a plane, jumped on a stage, and now she's like a boom, boom. That's the yogi.
I think,
Yes.
where, what is she doing? Who is
Yeah,
she?
who is she? All right. So that was the women 50 plus, the men 50 plus. And so what will happen next is that the tabulation will all come up. They will beam up the scores, and then they will have 15 minutes from that point. They'll announce that where they can, check it out. And so until then, so what do you think so far?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, you saw a lot of those back bends, the
Yeah.
forward compressions, all those twists. It's pretty intense.
It's very intense.
Very
It's, I mean, it's a lot of dedication, but it's also, I feel like, if anyone cares about my observation, I feel like there are a lot of sports where you have that window when you're younger to just be the best at it. But this feels like a sport where you train your entire life and like with progression can get better and better and better and better with age. Like I'm going to be doing some impressive stuff at 80.
There you go.
So yeah.
Right. So wasn't that pretty inspiring to see, especially, folks, who are approaching that speed limit?
Well, there's a level of patience, and I'd be interested to see what time they came in at, because you're just like, all right, next one, next one, next one. My time here, limited, let's go.
Well, what times were they at? Wow. So,
Wild.
perfect. So they're just nailing it. Well, no one got a timing deduction. Okay, so what happens, just to let you know,
Yeah, I was
too,
like,
the
what does that
scoring
mean?
system,
Yeah.
what does that mean, right? So, for folks on the live stream, when you hold a posture, the requirement is to hold the posture in stillness for a minimum of 5 seconds. And so Gloria, former champ and technical judge here, she has her little stopwatch going to see if that person, once she sees them in that final expression of the posture, and she says, boom, go. And if they hold it for 5 seconds, there's no deductions.
Okay.
If it's 4 seconds, there's a -1. If it's or minus a half. Minus a half. If it's 3 to 3.9, it's -1 point. And if it's below 3, you don't get any points. So
Oh, so
what
it doesn't
she's-
even count?
doesn't even count. So what she found today was that there were no deductions, no timing deductions at all.
I'm just
So-
hung up on the fact that it doesn't count. You did all that work to get into the posture.
That's right.
There's so much leading up to it. So,
There you go.
okay, good to
So
know.
next, Marty is going to be thanking one of our sponsors, Seth from Superior Electrolytes. So Seth, why don't you come on up?
Yes.
And let's do it.
Good afternoon, Seth. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being Home Depot, Hermes. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Anyway, thank you so much for your participation today. You flew in, popped over to Houston, and now you're here. Tell us about your company.
Well, first, thank you, Marty, for having me. Last time I was here, wasn't here, it was it Westlake? Was that where the 19
Yeah.
regionals were? And I've been coming to regional and national competitions in the capacity of being an electrolyte drink as an excuse to see the competitiveness and the beauty of the sport. And we've been a long time significant partner. I do sell a product in hundreds of yoga studios around the world, but maybe thousands, maybe 1,000. But I remember the competition at the Millennium Hotel in New York City. Was anybody there? I mean, remember when it was there was the whole lobby were vendors like us, and I'd love to get back to that. But so Marty and Jeff invited me to Austin, and that was an easy sell. So here I am. We work with running And we're the official drink of the Hotter Than Hell 100 in Wichita Falls in August. And I have a rep that calls on those stores, and he's in Houston or Humble. And so that was my, flew to Houston, flew here this morning, fly back to Houston tonight, and I'll be home. One of my daughters is skiing in Killington, Vermont. I live in New York, and we're going to race and see who gets home first. And so, but anyway, what we do is we make an electrolyte drink. Back in the 80s, my mother used to win marathons, and maybe she was top 5 at the Dallas White Rock Marathon. She was 3rd at the LA Marathon, but she was good enough to get paid to go to the races. She never really won anything huge, or she was not an Olympic level, but she knew them. And so it was fun. As a kid, I'd go bring her bottles at races like the Boston Marathon. And, so I'm running 14 miles as a 9-year-old. And I'm saying, Mom, why do I have to do this? There's Gatorade on every table. She says, well, I need electrolytes. And so that sort of sparked my interest. I went to college originally as a chemistry major. And then when I interned for Abbott Labs at the time, made Exceed, which was the best electrolyte drink, I think, in the 80s. The guy that I interned for said, go back to college and change your major from chemist to business so you can actually formulate, because the chemists only make, they make what they're told, I guess. And that's true. I have a chemist now that formulates, that basically blends our powders. But in the 80s and 90s, I mean, we're talking before Gatorade had corn syrup, and they were in a glass bottle, and you had to keep it cold. There were better products then than there are now. Now it seems like if we go to the big store about, I don't know, was it 6-8 blocks that way? They have all the same stuff Walmart and Costco have, and it's all synthetic. And I mean, sodium chloride, ascorbic acid made from corn. If they have magnesium, it's a citrate or an aspartate or something that's chalk. Nobody uses naturally occurring minerals anymore in our category. And that's what we do. We use acerola berry, not ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid will not cure scurvy. Food will. Real vitamin C, like the oranges out there. We use pink Himalayan sea salt, not sodium chloride. When I made the electrolyte drink for the USA track and field team back in the 90s. And when I got to work with, I worked with Carl Lewis, and we made the drink for the Dallas White Rock Marathon. And my medical advisor, Dr. John Sillery, was second in that race, and it was his first marathon. He was in med school. But anyway, we got to study what worked, and osmolarity, absorbability of minerals, and it's an easy sell, really. If you think about it, real food works better than lab-made food, and so that's what we do. We have samples out there if anyone wants to try it, and I love being here. Thanks for having me, and thanks for 5 minutes.
Wow. Do you feel smarter? I feel somehow I'm so informed. So informed. Yes. I'm sorry. Just have this little itch. Oh. Whoa. Fat stacks in my pants. Fat stacks. Anybody? Here, have an electrolyte. Here, have an electrolyte. Have an electrolyte. All right. Yes. Electrolytes. Look at me. Do it. My pants are falling off. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, girls. Sorry, girls.
Yeah, my wife's from Lake Superior. She's a Youper, they say, in Michigan. I met her when I was making the herbs for USA Track and Field in the early 90s. I was working with my partners, Mark Krogan, who ran in 3 Olympics, steeplechase. Bob Kennedy worked for us. He was our endorser. He ran in 2 Olympics. And all 3 of us were kind of from the same area in Ohio. My wife is a Youper from Michigan. Lake Superior was originally spelled the way we spell it. That's our trademarked name. It's just Superior. My wife was the art director for the herb company, Nature's Way, that used to standardize our herbs. And that's 1995. We met, and now we have 3 teenage daughters.
You're killing it. You're killing it. Thank you, Seth,
Marty, we'd
for
like to
keeping
start
us
soon.
all hydrated. We love Superior, and great for kids. Mix it up. Remember Kool-Aid? Mix it up like Kool-Aid in your Tupperware, 1970s.
Can says our kids drink it whenever they want, and they do.
Thank you,
sir.
Seth.
Thanks.
All right. The next, we have our women and men 50+ scores that are up there. So Brooke, do you need to?
The 15-minute period to appeal your score is starting now.
All right, everybody. So next up, we talked about the mission of USA Yoga, right? To inspire kids
Yes.
to practice?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a super special demonstration today. And with Afton Caraway. And Afton, what years were you 3-time national champion? She can't remember.
She has children now, so
Yeah, she's
those
got children.
dates are gone.
That's out, right? Okay, so we've got Afton and company. All right, let's go.
One is amazing. Three is even better. Holy cow. And these children came out of that.
I had the same question. I had the same question.
Well,
No.
so who inspired you in the very beginning? If you can think back, who inspired you to compete in championships?
My teachers at the time. I just finished teacher training, and both of my teachers were very involved in the competitions, and so they kind of reeled me into it. Yeah.
Well, we thank your teachers because you've been part of this, USA Yoga community for many years. 20 years ago, Afton would go before me and I would stand in line getting ready to compete. I thought, why even bother? Why am I doing this? Why do I put myself through this? And really, you do it for yourself. Am I right?
Yes, yeah. And that same time, 20 million years ago, Ayana would go before me. Yeah. So
I love it. I love it. We're getting the band back together. We're getting the band back together. And now, oh no, I'm not letting you go yet. Now you're practicing with your girls. I mean, it's just what a joy. What a joy. And they've been practicing since the womb. Am I right?
pretty much, yeah. I think I ruined Isabel with heat. She's a cold person now. I was in the hot room a lot with her.
It happens. It happens. Well, thank you so much. You're amazing. I love your hair, and good to have you back. Yes.
We got 5 minutes left on the appeals, 5 minutes left.
All right, so get ready, because we have our next demonstrator is, what year did you do it, Henry? 2013 to 2018. So Henry Winslow, another New Yorker. I don't know why all these New York guys keep coming to Texas, but
I escaped the cold. I don't know.
escape the cold. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see it. Let's bring it on for Henry Winslow.
The Nowly breathing, cleansing breath. What a spine. What a spine.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Woo. Amazing. No place like home.
I think that for me, after competing for 5 years, the lesson that I learned to be able to actually do what I wanted to do up there was to turn everything off as much as I could. And I struggled for many years in the competitions because I was going into my tendency of being very cerebral and trying to optimize every last thing until the last minute. But it was the year that I actually won was the year that in the green room when everyone else was warming up, repeating their postures over and over again, I just went to sleep. And somebody told me it's time to go, and I went up and did it.
So you're kind of a less is more guy, is what I hear you saying. Less is more, except up here, really. I mean, you wow us all. And I noticed you're wearing an Aura ring. I'm not plugging the company. I'm just merely saying Aura ring. But I'm thinking, what is that Aura ring saying? You get your digital like computations on your phone. It's saying, what's happening?
This will be
What-
a good test. Of
Yeah,
the Oura ring.
yeah.
The intense lift and nervous energy, then it doesn't work, and I should send it back and get a refund.
I love it.
Well, I have to say, I noticed that you strategically placed the two mullets back to back. Very smart move. Although really, I should have been building up to the climax because yeah, mine is definitely inferior. But I've been working on this, for maybe 5 or 6 haircuts now. I'm pretty proud of it. Thank you.
Does it help you hook the toes under the head in full cobra? 'Cause
Yes,
maybe I need to grow my hair back.
if-
Maybe that's the trick.
If you go back to the Yoga Vedas, the scriptures actually refer to that as the mullet grip. It's official.
The mullet lock.
The mullet lock, the mullet bunda. Yeah, that's right.
Bunda.
That's right. It's rich with Marma points back there.
Well, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
You too.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so Brooke has a quick little announcement. Go ahead, Brooke.
Scores are final.
All right. The scores are final. All right, so that means that we have one last demonstrator, right? But before we do, Caitlin, tell us about your experience so far today.
Today.
Yes.
I will be taking Marty's advanced asana class.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do we have
That's where
left?
I'm at.
That's awesome. So what do we have left on our schedule? We have today at 4:30. It's a hot yoga plus with Marty and Afton leading the class. And yes, it will be hot. You will do a class and you will level up your practice. So if you want to stick around, take a 4:30 class with the two of them. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock will be Jared teaching his 90 minutes hot yoga class. And then at 10 a.m., we will have Glenn Brown and Ayana Brown leading our advanced class, right? So it'll be budget 2.5 hours. It'll be tons of fun, okay? So we have 2 more demonstrations left. 2 more demonstrations left. 3 more. Wait a minute. Is Wayne going to do it? Is Wayne still going to do it? No. Okay, yeah, just 2. So our next one is Glenn, when did you do this? When this one? Was it 2018, 20? Okay. So Glenn is a never give up. Talk about determination. Glenn has the determination. We used to see him all the time, every year, 15 years, and he took it in 2019. 2018. All right. So let's give a little round of applause for Glenn Brown. All right, look at that. Glenn, thank you very much. How does that feel getting back on the stage?
Would have felt better warming up, right?
Well, you talked about doing this for 15 years, right? And so talk about determination, consistency, what keeps you going?
Right. So what keeps me going? Just practice. Right. You find deepest posture being most flexible, strongest. Doesn't matter if you don't have any control, you don't have any discipline, right? So I wasn't the most flexible or the strongest person the year I won. What I had to on my side after the much experience with failure is the chess game. Make sure you're doing your best, not the postures you hope you can do, the ones you can show right now, right? Learn to play the chess game of it and that side of the yoga. Who are you right now? Not who do you wish to be 10 years from now? Some self-acceptance,
Yeah. Some very wise words, right? Some very wise words. So what can you tell people who are just starting their practice, maybe are interested in yoga sport? What's the best way to get started?
Start, right? But even you could take poses just out of the 26 and 2 class and make an entire routine. It doesn't have to be handstands, doesn't have to have feet on your head. If you're inspired to get on the stage and express yourself, that's exactly how you start, right? Don't hold yourself back because you're not the best today. Maybe you'll be the best 15 years from now, right? Right.
Way to go, Glenn. All right, give it up. Give it up. All right. Suzanne, why don't you come up here, please? And Suzanne Elliott, everybody. And I think it makes sense for Suzanne to introduce our next yoga athlete. How about that? All right, Suzanne, take it away.
Okay, it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce the two-time world yoga champion, the USA current yoga champion, who has started practicing since she was 13 years old at our studio, Miss Holly Raymond from Merritt Island, Florida.
Get ready, everybody. All right. How about that? Okay, you can hang on to that and I'll pass it back and forth.
Okay.
Way to go, Holly. How was that? Pretty exciting, huh? Okay,
Awesome.
so Holly, you are how old now?
I'm 22,
22, and you started this when you were 13.
off and on. My first class was when I was 13. I didn't start practicing more consistently until I was probably 18 or 19. So
Wow. 3 or 4 years of practice, consistent.
I was trained in ballet from my younger years. So that helped a lot with the flexibility. That's actually why I started practicing yoga, was to help with the ballet training. But it really ended up changing my mindset. I had a lot of unhealthy habit patterns and just mindset basically from so many years of dancing, very rigid and kind of hell bent on achieving this goal of a professional career. And it wasn't until I kind of let go of that control of needing my plan for my life to be the way things were that I started to be able to connect to the people around me and actually tap into that, what I was supposed to be doing versus what I thought I was supposed to be doing, or what.
Pretty cool. That's not your average 22-year-old. So Suzanne, you are the coach, right? So
Yes.
why don't you
Well,
in.
one of the most amazing things was when we were in India, in Bangalore. It was amazing to sit and just go with all the Indian team and the Indian coaches. They're very professional. They all come out in exact outfits and in their track suits, and they're all warming up together, just watching the kids. Like I said, there were 16 medals that India won, 13 were in the kids division, and they were very powerful. So it was really good to watch them. And I said, we're here to watch you guys, really, because you really don't have any, any spine. And then all of them came in to watch Holly. And I said, what are you guys doing here? And like, we came to watch Holly because she has no bones. And I was like, yeah. So it's a whole new level with Holly. It's amazing that she won the world championships because she had the problem with after you go to a foreign country and you can't keep anything down. Yeah, Delhi belly. All right. So she got the Delhi belly. We had to have her in the hospital an hour before she was supposed to be on stage. One of the other athletes is sending me a picture that went with her to the hospital with an IV in her arm. So then she's 5 people away from competing. So I have to go to the head judge and say, hey, can we have her go like maybe 3 later? And so Rajashree Chowdhury, that was there, the founder of USA Yoga, the founder of IYSF, she was made the call that she could come in last after I showed him the picture. Well, here she is. I don't know. We came all the way to India. We still want to compete. Is there any way we can still do that? And so Holly came out very white, peaked, because she wasn't able to keep anything down. And so I think she was warming up. She went to a back bend, almost blacked out. And then the coaching tip was, hey, you train to do this. And as you heard all the athletes say, repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. So she practices that routine over and over, like most athletes do. And so our hope was that all that practice is going to show up in your muscle memory, and you're just going to have to let your brain take over and just go up and do the routine. And that's basically how she was successful. She gave it all she had the night of semifinals. Then she made the finals. They announced that she was one of the top female scorers in the entire competition world for adult women. She made one of the highest points. And then a 12-year-old boy the next day beat her. Yeah. So the kids hadn't gone yet, but the kids, as I said, were just amazing. So, we want to see more kids involved. I wish we'd had some kids today. It was great to see the lovely Addie and Izzy doing yoga with Afton today. So that was a real treasure.
So Holly, where do you practice out of right now?
I practice at Suzanne's studio, Hot Yoga on the Island,
On the island, that is?
in Merritt Island, in Florida.
Right, so cool. And do you also teach yoga?
I do not. I will be earning my teacher certification this spring, hopefully.
Okay.
Working on that dialogue. Scary stuff.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Do it and say it are 2 completely different things. Let me just say that.
There you go. Yes, as I was saying at the very beginning of the program, student, teacher, artist, and I think you've mastered the artistic expression for sure, right?
I hope
Yeah.
so. It was actually very interesting to go to India and have that experience, because coming from my dance background, you learn how to, like Suzanne was saying, kind of tap in, you push through the pain, do whatever it takes, pop a Benadryl or 5 if you need to. So it was interesting for me to be in that position where I kind of had to think, am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Am I doing it for the medal? Am I doing it for the trophy? And to kind of be there in that place, not trying to escape or, numb how I was feeling, but really be in it and kind of surrender everything on stage versus my past experiences, like trying to be in control. And I think that's something that's very special about this sport because so many of us practice yoga to learn how to better take care of ourselves, right? And so I kind of struggled with that in India. I'm like, what am I representing here? If I'm doing this, so I'm in this state, should I just back off? Because that's probably what's best for my body. But for myself, like as a whole person, going up there, feeling like that, experiencing that, it was just very special, very different. And I hope that I can be a voice for other athletes to find a way to find their peak performance on stage while also learning to be the type of human being that they want to be as well. Having more of a consideration for ourselves as a whole person versus that 3 minutes or 30 seconds or however long, our performance is on stage to get that medal, because it's really about what happens in the 365 days around that one day that you're competing, right? You want to enjoy that time too. So.
Wise words.
Yes.
All right, we'll leave it at that. All right, thank you, Holly.
One more.
Oh, yeah.
Holly and Carrie, a nutritionist, will be speaking for USA Yoga on February the 25th. You can tune in and they'll have some questions and answers after they're doing the presentation on nutrition for athletes.
Awesome. And now I do want to bring up, before we bring out our awards, is our
India.
looks
They
like
did it
a
in India, I'm telling you.
you're wondering what this large lizard is. It's actually a salamander. And Sancho is came here for a little visit for us to wish us well. And so everybody, please give it up for Sancho. Sancho is our Barton Creek salamander and is the mascot of Austin, Texas. And if those of you don't know, Sancho saved the Barton Springs because he's and it is an endangered species. So Sancho wanted to lead us through some exercises, a little bit of stretching before we conclude with the awards ceremony. So everybody please stand up and we'll do a little bit of stretch. Everybody just follow along. It's just kind of little arm circles. Okay. A little spine twist is good for the spine, Right and left, right and left. Little half moon, stretching right side, stretching left side. All right. So Austin's a little bit strange, a little bit weird. And so here we go. She's going to do a little bit backward bend. Head back, arms back. And I'm guessing there's a forward fold here coming up here. So. Oh, shake it right, left, right, left, right, left, Feel a little stretching down the sides of the body, right? Yep, yep. Yeah, so a healthy spine is a healthy life, right? Healthy existence. Always breathing, deep breathing in and out. In by the nose, out by the mouth, right? All the while, use your throat, A little alternate nostril breathing there. Anulam Viluna. There you go. A little cycle of breath. Let's see. Now, just moving the hips. Just if you're ever in the office and you're not really sure, what you can do, just get up and move, right? So that's the key thing about today's class is just get up and move, right? Thank you, Sancho. Oh, a little bit of awkward pose. Looks like she wants to do a little chair pose. That's good. And yep. Arms over the head. Yeah. Bring it up, look up. Now it looks like she's gonna get down into a little side plank, right? That's a side plank. Side plank. Can you do a downward facing salamander? And she's gonna. There you go. All right. So there. Oh, it's all good. Saying goodbye now. Might need a little help coming up here. Thank you, Sancho. All right. Little bit tough to get up. All right. All right. Bring it up. So give it up for all the USA Yoga, the athletes. Wonderful. Namaste. Yes. Namaste. Okay. So next we have our awards ceremony, right? So here we go. Suzanne, will you help us with the awards ceremony? You and Glenn, please. Oh, and by the way, Glenn is sporting a USA Yoga t-shirt, and on the back over here, we've got February 11th. We're in Austin, Texas. Our next round is March 4th in San Jose, California. March 18th is in Robbinsville, New Jersey, okay? And April 15th is Hot Yoga on the Island in Merritt Island, Florida. And May 6th, there's a live virtual event. So you can also enter. If you cannot make any of these qualifiers, you can be on the virtual events. Okay. So I would like to, at this point, bring up, ask all of the athletes and the demonstrators to come on up. Athletes and the demonstrators, come on up and we'll line up over here and we'll do some awards. And Cynthia, can you come up and announce these, please? So this way you can come up. So you can call them out and then Caitlin will hand them out. And then I will guide them onto the stage.
Okay. So is everyone coming up first? Or do I?
Well, why don't you get up on stage and then we'll just go. Yes.
We'll just do, I'll just call them out if she gives me the certificate and. First. One second. Okay. The third place in the women's 18 to 49 division is Courtney Schlesinger. Suzanne. Second place in the women's 18 to 49 division, Emily Weeks. And first place in the women's 18 to 49 division, Lane Edwards. Second place in the men's 50+ division, Ramesh Anji. First place in the men's 50+, Wayne Campbell. Second place in the women's 50+ division, Jennifer Vanderhart.
Oh, no, I think we give out the prizes first. Yes.
Next year, inversion. And first place in the women's 50+ division, Ayana Brown.
All right, can we have all of the athletes and all of the demonstrators as well? Come on up. So including Jared, Henry, John, Afton, Holly, Glenn, everybody who demonstrated as well. So Suzanne, follow Suzanne's stage direction. She'll get you all in the right place. And while they're putting you all in there into place, Marty will talk through some of the raffle prizes as well as some of the gifts.
So we would just want to give a huge thank you to Kule, Manduka for their generous donations. We'll be giving out prizes to our winners. We're all winners, but those people who have placed in the championships today. And so everyone's a winner today. Everyone's a champion, choosing courage over comfort, showing up, wearing your tiniest shorts and getting on stage. Absolutely. Absolutely, Holly. So all of those are friends who have placed today. I want to welcome you all to our winners table.
Winners table.
Those who have placed in the championships today, I should say. So please grab any gift that you would like. Come on up, Lane, grab a present.
Come on up. And also all of our demonstrators can come up here. Henry and everybody, you can go ahead and pick one item off of our raffle board.
Yes, you can take whatever. Kool-Aid, Manduka.
And Marty, we also have some raffles, okay? And we can do this